If you're not a patriot of the United States and you're not committed to helping this country and its people in a time of crisis, then please leave now. And if you think that you're fully prepared to protect your family from the disaster that is set to strike the U.S. at any moment, then please click away from this page and continue to live out your remaining days in a state of blind ignorance. Because the cold, hard truth is this: your family is not as safe as you think. In fact, your loved ones are in imminent danger, and that's no exaggeration at all. I haven't been looking forward to giving you this message today. I honestly wish that I didn't have to sit here and create this video. And I certainly wish that you didn't have to watch it, but you do. And if you choose to click away from this page and refuse to listen to what I'm about to tell you, then you are taking a monumental risk with your family's safety and potentially their lives. I'm John Hartman, a retired member of the United States Armed Forces and a certified disaster and survival expert. I've created this presentation because I have something incredibly important to say to you, and I'm saying it for the sake of you and your family's safety. In all honesty, you probably won't like hearing what I've got to say to you today. In fact, the information I'm about to share may shock you, but it's absolutely imperative that you hear me out and listen to what I'm about to say before it's too late. Now, I'm no soothsayer, but I know for a fact that the situation in the United States right now is critical, and things are set to get a lot worse. If the U.S. were a man in a hospital, it would be lying there on a life support machine just waiting to flatline. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my country. In fact, the years I spent fighting for my country spanned 3 different decades. But that doesn't mean I'm blind to its problems. As you read this, the United States is on the brink of economic and social disaster. And when that disaster strikes, your family could be in serious danger. Because believe me, when this country does finally flatline, you won't have any warning at all. So it's absolutely vital that you're prepared for the worst. Now, if you've done nothing to prepare for what's about to come and haven't set in motion a plan to protect your family, then it's my duty to make sure that you start preparing yourself right now. And if you have thought about creating a survival plan to protect you and your family from this imminent disaster, and have based that plan on what the U.S. government has told you, then you're in an even worse situation. Because trust me when I say, the government's advice will not help you one bit. And believing that you're fully prepared when you're anything but gives you a false sense of security, which is potentially more dangerous than not doing anything at all. And I don't want that to happen to you. So if you're someone who will do anything and everything to protect your family, then stick around, because this message is for you. Okay, so what kind of a disaster am I talking about here? Well, in short, I'm talking about the biggest disaster ever to hit the United States. A crisis on a truly epic scale that will bring America to its knees. And this crisis is predicted to hit this year. So I urge you, no, I implore you to carry on watching, because in just a few moments, I'm going to arm you with the priceless information you need to make absolutely sure that your family makes it through the crisis in one piece. That's right, I'm going to hand you a proven blueprint that will ensure the safety of you and your loved ones while absolute chaos ensues around you. Okay, so you probably know that the U.S. is in a desperate financial state right now. But what you probably don't know is just how close we are to complete collapse, or how catastrophic the consequences will be for the American people when our entire financial system starts crashing down. In fact, our most senior economists are in agreement that America is facing nothing less than a complete and total financial apocalypse within the next 12 months. According to Peter Schiff, the U.S. businessman and economist who was mercilessly mocked and ridiculed for predicting that an economic collapse was about to hit the world back in 2007, America is set for a financial disaster of even greater proportions in 2014. He was right then, and I'd bet a lot of money that he's right now. And that's because this time, you don't have to be an economist to see that the writing is on the wall. After decades of borrowing, America has finally sunk into an unsustainable and inescapable level of debt. As a matter of fact, this country is now struggling to even afford to pay the interest on those debts, let alone the actual debts themselves. And that's because the national debt is nothing like the reported figure of 18 trillion. It's actually closer to 60 trillion and may, in fact, be even higher. The really shocking truth is that the United States now owes more dollars than actually exists in the entire world. And the result of all this is that all the countries we're in debt to will be forced to abandon the dollar as the currency standard because they have no other choice. And the consequences of this? The value of the dollar will nosedive instantly. and the cost of everything in the U.S. will skyrocket to unaffordable levels. Gas prices will soar out of control. Food will be emptied from the shelves as desperate Americans flock to their local grocery stores in panic to buy anything and everything they can get their hands on. Basic foodstuffs like bread, milk, and baby formula will disappear in a flash, and any food that's left will simply be too expensive to buy. And as gas prices continue to rise, grocery stores simply won't be able to afford to run their delivery trucks. And then what happens? Your local grocery store will not be restocked. And to make matters worse, the 50 million Americans who right now are surviving on government food stamps will suddenly be without food. The government will no longer have the resources to feed them, resulting in food rationing right across the country. Full-scale riots and violence will break out as desperate and starving Americans compete for what food there is. Looting will take place and homes will be invaded in search of food and essential supplies. And if you're sitting there right now thinking, oh, come on, this is America, this won't happen to us, then you need to get your head out of your ass, because this is exactly what happens to nations all over the world when economic disaster strikes. And just because we're America doesn't make us immune to normal human behavior. During my military career, I've been stationed in various parts of the world, West Africa, the Gulf, and Eastern Europe, to name just a few, and I've seen this happen over and over again. Whether the trigger point is economic collapse, war, or a natural disaster like a hurricane, flood, or tornado, the vast majority of human beings are all the same. The unprepared will panic and think only of themselves and their closest family. They will desperately try to get their hands on essential supplies like food, water, and shelter. Previously civilized, law-abiding Americans will turn on one another. They will steal and loot in order to get what they need. And if they can't do that, their desperation will turn to violence. And believe me, you don't want to be there when that happens. So answer me this. Do you want to be one of the unprepared when chaos and violence strikes all around you? Do you want to be standing out in the open with your family unprotected and vulnerable? Will you have the food, water, shelter, and supplies you need when pandemonium inevitably breaks out in your town or city? Will you be able to give your family the protection and security they need to survive when desperate and starving mobs of people invade your home scavenging for supplies? Again, you might think that I'm exaggerating here. You might think that I'm scaremongering. But get this. The U.S. government has secretly been preparing for this exact scenario for the past 2 years. Yes, that's right. The U.S. government already knows that all of this is about to happen to our nation. They just don't know yet exactly when it will begin. They know that complete and total financial ruin is getting closer by the day, along with the collapse of civilized society as we know it. They know that the American economy is like a stricken boxer taking punch after punch after punch. It's already been knocked down multiple times, and it can't take any more of a beating. And the next time it happens, it's not getting back up. This is inevitable. It will happen, and the government knows it. And how do I know this? Because President Obama recently signed Executive Order 16303, which gives an unprecedented level of authority to the President and the federal government to take over all the fundamental parts of our economy and society in the name of national security. The executive order provides the President with unprecedented new powers, such as seizing property, energy supplies, including oil and natural gas, as well as food and health resources. They can even implement the rationing of food, water, gasoline, and drugs, and most shockingly, impose martial law on U.S. citizens in times of national emergency. It essentially gives the U.S. government the power to enter the homes of private citizens and take anything they want, including food, water, transportation, fuel, medical supplies, and anything else that you own. And not only that, but incredibly, it also gives the government the power to draft U.S. citizens into the military and force you to fulfill labor requirements for the purposes of national defense. I repeat, labor requirements. This means you are now a resource of the U.S. government. You or a member of your family can be instantly taken from your home and forced to work as a laborer for the benefit of the U.S. government. The U.S. government is preparing for martial law because they know what's around the corner. FEMA, which stands for the Federal Emergency Management Agency, have already built camps to accommodate millions of Americans during this crisis. FEMA have also begun to stockpile gasoline, as well as 140 million emergency food rations and blankets in case there is, and I quote, a catastrophic disaster event. This is happening right now. This is very, very real, and it's coming soon. The U.S. economy is as flimsy as a house of cards, and once one of these cards falls, it will set off a chain of events that will bring America to its knees. And when that happens, President Obama will enact Executive Order 16303 and put into place the systematic confiscation and rationing of essential supplies and effectively declare martial law right across America. And as I've witnessed myself multiple times abroad, the result will be pandemonium, including rioting, looting, starvation, and violence as desperate Americans fight one another for what they can get. And right now, you and your family are in the line of fire. But it's not too late to prepare yourself for all this so that you're able to protect yourself and your loved ones when that time comes. And that's what I'm here to help you with today. You see, over the past year, I've utilized my own survival and disaster training to create the ultimate survival resource that will keep you and your family safe in a time of national disaster. Whether that disaster takes the form of an economic and social apocalypse, a terrorist attack, a nuclear strike, a radiation spill, or even a natural disaster like a hurricane, tornado, or flood. This must-have resource will guarantee that you are as prepared as you possibly can be to keep your family safe and secure during any national emergency. Introducing the Patriots Plan, the only survival resource you'll ever need. The Patriots Plan is a comprehensive resource that will give you all the tools, knowledge, and training you'll ever need to outlast any crisis. The plan consists of a number of unique survival manuals written and created by myself, John Hartman, a retired member of the United States Armed Forces and a certified disaster and survival expert. This resource will arm you with everything you need to become the world's best survivalist and become a true hero to your family and friends when disaster strikes, turning you into a leader that others want to follow. But before I reveal exactly what you're going to get in the Patriots Plan, you need to know this. If you're just after some quick fixes, like a bug-out bag or a dry emergency plan, then please leave now. This is not for you. These are not solutions to the problems you're about to face. They are train wrecks waiting to happen, and you know they don't work. If that's you, and I'm trusting it's not, then once again, please don't waste my time or yours, and leave this website right now. The Patriots Plan isn't pie-in-the-sky fantasyland nonsense. It's the real deal. So if you're truly serious about doing everything it takes to preserve the safety and security of your family in a time of crisis, then the Patriots Plan isn't just a solution, it's the only solution. With the world's #1 survival resource at your fingertips, you will discover the following: a time-tested and proven strategy for how to survive and thrive during any crisis or disaster, natural or man-made, developed by a former United States Army veteran with 22 years of disaster and survival training. How to create a fortified and indestructible bunker that will keep you and your family 100% safe and secure for as long as you need it, while everyone around you is exposed, vulnerable, and in a state of utter panic and despair. How to become one of the best survivalists out there that everyone will look up to for advice and guidance. Yep, you will become a hero to your friends and family. How to get immediate and total peace of mind knowing that you've done everything you can to prepare for any disastrous event that might threaten the safety of your loved ones. How to ensure that your family are fed not just enough food, but the right food that will keep them healthy and strong enough to withstand any crisis. How to get clean, safe drinking water any time of day or night. This is absolutely vital because, as I'm sure you know, human beings can't survive for very long without water. How to protect your family even if you're not there yourself when disaster strikes. The worst feeling in the world is feeling helpless when the safety of your loved ones is threatened. With the Patriots Plan, your family will know exactly what to do, giving you total peace of mind even when you're away from home. How to keep morale up in time of crisis. Keeping the mind as well as the body operating at optimum level is absolutely crucial to your survival prospects. How to fully prepare and protect your family even if you're on a small budget. The perfect place to build your shelter, and what to stock it with to ensure your survival and safety for many months, and much, much more. I've broken the Patriots Plan Kit down into 5 separate components. Survival component number 1. How to build a fortified and indestructible bunker. The first and most important component of the Patriots Plan is a step-by-step guide to creating a completely safe and impenetrable shelter that will keep your family safe and secure for however long you need it. The guide includes step-by-step 3D diagrams for building the shelter, as well as all the information you need to obtain the necessary parts, such as where to go, what they cost, where to build it, and much, much more. The 3D diagrams make building the shelter quick and easy, and you'll also be shown how to ventilate it and make it 100% safe no matter what happens on the outside. This time-tested, proven, and specially created blueprint will work for you even if you live in the city or in the suburbs, live in the mountains, near the sea, in the desert, or in wetlands, have a large family, have no construction skills whatsoever, have no military training, don't know anything about building bunkers or shelters, don't know anything about survival methods, don't have a lot of money to spare, can't get anyone to help you with it. This secret blueprint is the little-known success strategy enjoyed by elite preppers just like myself. And this is your chance to join us. Right now, you can gain instant access to the very best and most cost-effective method there is for building an indestructible bunker that will keep your family safe in any situation, and without having to spend a whole heap of money or rely on outside help. Just think, when you master the #1 prepping technique of building a fortified and impenetrable shelter with everything you need in it, you'll never have to worry again about an economic collapse, terrorist attack, or natural disaster. You and your family will be completely safe. This expert and comprehensive resource is normally priced at $147. But that's not what you're going to have to pay today, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. But before I do, there's more. Yep, that's not all you'll be getting when you sign up for the Patriots Plan today. Survival component number 2, my ultimate survival stockpile. As well as showing you exactly what you need to do to build your very own survival shelter, I'm also going to give you my ultimate survival stockpile. This must-have training manual reveals all of the most essential things that you absolutely must have in your shelter if you're going to survive a crisis. In fact, when you know what these essential supplies are, you'll have everything you need to ensure the safety and survival of you and your loved ones for many, many months. Survival component number 3, the Complete Family Protection Plan. The third component of the Patriots Plan is the Complete Family Protection Plan, a step-by-step, foolproof plan for protecting and handling your family in a time of crisis. When disaster strikes, people become scared. They panic and do stupid things. This is not what you want to have happen to your family. In the Complete Family Protection Plan, you'll be shown the proven leadership techniques that I've used myself to lead my troops to safety during disastrous and life-threatening situations. You'll be shown simple techniques for keeping your family calm and focused, how to create safe escape routes, as well as first aid techniques, prepping your pets, ensuring and specific preparations for every disaster scenario you can think of. Survival component number 4, 30-day survival essentials. The fourth component of the Patriots Plan is 30-day survival essentials, a guide to creating the very best and most complete bug-out bag possible, and better than anything you could possibly buy. In this 30-day survival guide, I reveal the perfect 30-day food plan, how best to store and ration food and water, the type of weapons you need to defend your family from invaders, as well as the ones you don't need, the top 10 items you must have to keep your family safe for 30 days, and much more, all revealed for the very first time. But I'm still not finished giving. Survival component number 5, the Plan B survival plan. As well as all that, I'm also going to give you my backup survival plan. During my years in the U.S. Army, I learned pretty quickly that you always have to have a Plan B when facing up to a disaster. And that's exactly what I'm giving you here. In the Plan B survival plan, you'll discover the 5 key skills that you need to have, but will never want to use in the event of a life-threatening situation. These skills should only be used as an absolute last resort, but trust me, knowing these 5 skills could very well be the difference between life and death. When it comes to the crunch, you will not want to be without this guide. Okay, so after seeing all of that, you're probably a little concerned that the Patriots Plan, with all of its incredible survival strategies, will cost you quite a bit of money. And in all honesty, it really should, because this is genuinely life-saving stuff here that very soon you're gonna need. The truth is, it's difficult to put a price on a system that will all but guarantee your family's safety in the event of a disaster, as well as turning you into a leader that everyone else around you will turn to for guidance. So my question to you is this: what is the safety and security of your family worth to you? It's priceless, right? You'll pay anything, and I could easily take advantage of that. But that's not why I'm here. And that's not why I put the survival package together. In fact, the retail value of everything I've just shown you is exactly $499. But that's not what you are going to have to pay if you stick around for just a few seconds longer. Now, I don't want to sound corny here, but I have a dream. Well, it's really a cause. The Patriots cause, to be exact. And I'd love for you to be a part of it, along with the many others who want to create a safer world for families in the U.S. I'm committed to making sure that economic disasters, social unrest, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, cyclones, and other natural disasters take a lot less lives. I want to make the community of survivalist experts bigger and more prepared. And most importantly, I want to save at least 1 million people personally. But if I'm to do that, then I can't let finances stand in your way. That means that you will not be paying the retail value of $499 for the Patriots Plan. Nowhere near. In fact, I'm not even going to ask you to pay half that, a quarter of that, or even 1/10. Instead, your total investment today, giving you instant access to all 5 components of the Patriots Plan, is just $47. But that's not all I wanted to do for you today. I also wanted to reward the most decisive, those who are truly committed to doing everything they possibly can to ensure the safety and security of their families. So if that's you, then I'm also going to give you a very special bonus worth another $97 completely free. But it's only available to the first 100 people that order. As you know, America is on shaky ground, and our government is in no position to help us if things really got bad. That's why these 3 limited bonus guides are so darn important. First, you're going to get my portable off-grid power backup plans. These plans will show you how to quickly set up a portable off-grid system so you will never go without power again, even when everybody else around you is in darkness. Having access to reliable electricity in a crisis situation used to be something preppers could only dream about. But now, thanks to my step-by-step plans, you can set up a portable mini power plant for your family at any moment and in any situation. This $37 guide is now included for a limited time as a free bonus. The second free guide is my do-it-yourself water purification plans. Humans can survive 3 weeks without food, but when it comes to water, we've only got 3 days. This simple little do-it-yourself water filter could be your family's lifesaver, and you can make it from the junk in your trash can. You will learn how to build a quality survival water filter that will turn any dirty water into clean, healthy water that will save lives. And the third free guide is called Survival Plants, and I absolutely love this guide. You will see in detail and with plenty of pictures exactly what plants you can eat in times of crisis. Get a hold of this guide and you will be surviving in the wild like Bear Grylls. But remember, this special bonus is only available to the first 100 people, those who truly value their loved ones and will do anything they can to protect them. The inclusion of these limited bonus guides alongside the Patriots Plan system brings the total value of this survival package to a whopping $596. And yet, you're getting it all for just $47 as part of the Patriots cause. And to show you how serious I am and how much confidence I have in this package, I'm also going to take on 100% of the risk by offering you a 60-day risk-free money-back guarantee. So feel free to review the Patriots Plan and everything within it, as well as the 3 limited bonus guides for a full 60 days. And if you're not absolutely blown away by the life-saving information, then I will return every cent of your money, with no questions asked. All of the risk is on me. That's how confident I am in the Patriots Plan, and that I've included absolutely everything you need to protect your family from any disaster, natural or man-made. So this is it. It's decision time, and right now you have 2 choices. 1, you can continue on as you are, ill-prepared for any kind of disaster, knowingly putting your family at tremendous risk as a result. Or 2, you can become your family's savior, their hero and their leader, by instantly transforming yourself into the best prepper in town and ensuring your family's safety, whatever happens. It's time to decide what kind of person you want to be. The kind who thinks that the safety and security of your family isn't worth $47? Or the kind who will do anything in your power to keep your loved ones safe and well? Now, if you're sitting there thinking whether or not you need this, then please open your eyes. Even if we completely ignore the possibility of terrorist attacks and natural disasters like floods, fires, hurricanes, and tornadoes, the simple fact is the U.S. government is already preparing for a full-scale breakdown of civilized society. They know only too well that the economy is set to crash and burn like nothing we've ever seen before. 2014 is set to be the year, and if disaster does strike and you're not prepared, you'll be competing with tens of thousands of other people in your local area for scarce resources, including food, water, and other essentials. You could easily become exposed and vulnerable in your own home as desperation and violence spreads. Do you really think that the government will take care of you when that happens? After all, it could be the government ransacking your property for supplies. Do you really want to have to rely on them? Imagine yourself standing in a government food line, hoping and praying that your wife, husband, son, or daughter get enough food, and crossing your fingers that everyone will behave peacefully. Look, I'm not trying to scare you here. I'm trying to make you realize that being prepared is the smart thing to do for the sake of your family. Because those who aren't prepared are the ones who suffer most, the ones who get hurt, the ones who often die. Sure, you can wait a few months and tell yourself that you'll get prepared soon. But what happens if disaster strikes tomorrow? What happens if the economic bubble finally bursts for good and there's no food around? Or a hurricane, home invasion, flood, or even worse, nuclear disaster hits your town or city? Is it really worth the risk when the solution to your family's safety is right here, right now, staring you in the face for a mere $47? This is a complete survival system that will allow you to lead your family through any disaster and come out safe on the other side. With the Patriots Plan at your fingertips, you'll be the one who guides your family to safety when everyone else falls to pieces, panics, and your local area descends into anarchy. Other people will look to you for guidance. You will become the hero in a time of crisis because you will be the only one who knows what to do. The fact is, the people who are prepared, the people with the most knowledge about what to do in a crisis, are the people who survive. If you choose not to be prepared, then you'll be putting your family at great risk, and you will end up feeling completely powerless in the face of forces bigger than yourself. So please, make the smart choice and order the Patriots Plan today before it's too late. And lock in your special bonus at the same time by clicking on the button below. Within a few seconds, you'll have everything you need at your fingertips. The entire Patriots Plan system, which you can access inside our secure members area. And remember, at just $47, you're not just getting an incredible bargain today, you'll also be joining me in the Patriots cause, as well as the ever-growing survivalist community. And you'll even make some wonderful new friends along the way, like-minded folks like you and I who are dedicated to keeping their families safe in a time of crisis. Up until now, you've probably been relying on the government to protect you during a disastrous event, but I hope that you now realize what a tremendous risk this is. The truth is, if you want to protect your loved ones, you need to do it yourself. And today is your day to take responsibility. Do you have what it takes to protect your family? Is the long-term safety of your family worth $47? Because if you're prepared to let such a tiny amount get in the way of protecting your loved ones, then you need to ask yourself where your priorities lie. Don't take the risk. Don't be in a position where you might have to look back with regret, haunted by the knowledge that you didn't do everything you possibly could to protect the lives of the people you love. Hit the button below and make absolutely sure that you have everything you need to keep your family safe. And I'll see you on the other side. Still here? Then you probably still have a few questions before you join us. So let me put your mind at rest by answering some of the most frequently asked questions that I receive. Jim Reed from Austin, Texas asks, how does your guarantee work? And well, it's really quite simple, actually. You have 60 days to read through the guides, go through my survival bunker plans, and pick apart all my work, including the bonus products. Then if you're not absolutely 100% thrilled with the system, if you don't think it's worth 10 times your investment, then just send me an email. In fact, I urge you to send me an email and ask for a refund, because if you don't benefit from the Patriots Plan system, then I wouldn't feel comfortable keeping your money. Here's another question I received from Adam Parker in Nashville, Tennessee. Can I contact somebody if I need help after I order? And the answer is absolutely yes. You can call us directly and speak with somebody from my team at any time, or you can email us. Either way, we are here and ready to help you. You will see all of our contact details below this video. And one final question. Brian Farmer in Perth, Australia asks, can I purchase even though I don't live in the USA? And the answer is absolutely yes. You can get your hands on the system no matter what country you're in. And by the way, it's great to see folks from all parts of the world preparing and doing everything they can to provide for their family. So I hope those answers put your mind at ease before you order. But if you do have other questions, just call or email us. All that's left to do now is to take action by clicking on the order button below to get instant access to the Patriots Plan. Your family may depend on it.